Hello guys, in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you this absolutely amazing S13 build. So this thing is super stable and it's super strong as a very great drift car. Love this build. It's not really made to do reverse entries or 360s. It can be done, but it's not really what it's built for. It's just meant to be a very solid tandem car and just something that is stable and trustworthy while tandeming throughout the city and through any spot you really put this. But this build is super cheap and super easy. All you need for this build is obviously the S13, which is the car we have right here. So for the engine in the S13 today, we're using a TM2 engine. This is the car right here that you're going to need to buy. So that way you can pull the engine from it. It is the stock motor. And finally, for the gearbox, we're using a 350Z gearbox. So buy the 350Z and swap the gearbox in it, so that way you can get that for this build as well. But since we're using ultimate parts, honestly, go with the T50S. But since my main car has prototype parts on it, it's a little bit better. But for this build, I redid the S13 with ultimate parts, and I wanted to keep this in. So this is what I'm using, probably stick with the T50S. Let's actually get to the build and tuning wise for the S13. So let's head over to the tuning shop. So now that we are in the tune-up shop, I'm going to go from wheels to engine, and let's start out with wheels. First off, the spacers are ultimate, that's pretty obvious. For our front rims, we have a 245/35/18. For the rear, it's a 265/25/19. That is the setup that I have across the car. For the tires, you want to use a racing -5 in the front and a racing tire in the rear. That will make the profile of the car 30 front and 25 rear, just because I actually really like it on this car. For the suspension on this car, we're using ultimate parts, so suspension arms for the front and rear are ultimate. For our anti-roll bar, the front is ultimate, and the rear is none. I always get that mixed up, so weird. Brakes, ultimate. For our front and rear springs, we're using ultimate. And finally, for our front and rear dampeners, it's sport. For the body of this car, what we're using is ultimate weight reduction and an ultimate fuel tank. Also, for our front and rear arrow, I like to keep none, so stock. For the drivetrain, of course, we have the 350Z swap, but for the actual setup, our clutch is ultimate, our diff is welded, and the transmission is ultimate. Now I'm going to be going over the engine for this car, starting out with the ECU. It's actually stock turbo as well. For the camshafts, you want to use ultimate. Intake manifold is ultimate. Fuel system is stock, so none. Basically, it's not changed. Cylinder head is ultimate. Engine block is ultimate. Exhaust manifold is stock. And the exhaust is stock as well. Alright, so let's go over the actual tuning stuff for this car. Starting out with the wheels and the upgrade. We're going to start with the pressure, which is 1.5 in the front and 1 in the rear. The offsets that I have right now is for the stock car, but that will change depending on what your body kit is. But basically, I like to have a little bit of front poke in the front, and the rear is basically flush with the fender of the car. So that's how I like to have it set up. Suspension, we're going to go from left to right. Starting out with the spring length, it is 138. Our spring stiffness is 79. Our anti-roll bar stiffness is 21. The camber for the front is a -5.5. I'm actually going to change that to that so it's not always correct. The caster angle is 7.8. Our Ackerman angle is 85. And our steering angle is 65. 0 front toe is needed for the front. Alright, braking system, braking force is all the way stock, essentially, but it's just all the way left. And our bias, or balance, is 90. For the rear, our suspension length is the same as the front, so it's 138. Our stiffness is 59. Our camber is -5, and our toe is 0.16. That's it. For the body tuning of this car, the weight is all the way to the right, so that way we can get a nice 50-50 balance. weight reduction is all the way down for that 50-50 balance, and the center of mass is all the way down because that's where I like it. Drivetrain, um, the gear shift time is all the way down, making it a 0.17. For prototype parts, it actually brings it down to a 0.14, but we're using ultimate parts. But that's how it is on my proper car. For final drive, we have it all the way to the right. For our first gear, we have it at 3.02. For our second gear, we have it at 2.04. For the third gear, it's at 1.23. For fourth gear, it is 1.17. For fifth, it's 1. And for sixth gear, it's 0.9. Our reverse gear is all the way left. And finally, our drivetrain loss is all the way down, so that way this thing actually gets all the power it needs. For our engine, it is completely maxed out for the stuff that is available. So the peak RPM, the torque at high, the torque at medium, and the torque at low is all the way up, giving you some very nice power that is usable. So now that I've gone through the setup, let's actually get to driving the car. Also, currently, right now, multiplayer is actually down in CarX Street, so we're actually just going to be driving this thing around like normal, and so I'm actually going to head to a spot to kind of drive this thing around. So we actually have some nighttime drifting, which honestly I'm kind of fine with, and I haven't done this in a minute. But this thing is super stable, and it's just super smooth. Like this thing, no matter what angle you really throw at it, it's gonna be fine. And no matter your driving style, it should be pretty good. There's probably maybe some stuff you're gonna have to change, just because my driving style is probably different than a lot of other people's. But this thing is still so much fun to drive, and I love how this thing turned out. It is such a quick car. Honestly, one of my more favorite cars to drive right now. This thing looks super sick. Delivery as well turned out beautifully. This has been made by me. It really is based off the S13 and the TM2, because I just wanted to keep it in that same style because I actually really like how they look. But this was like a really good mix and kind of the in-between for both of those, and I think it turned out really well. So I'm actually curious to see if there's any builds that you guys want to suggest me to do, because that would be a lot of fun as well. But I am fine with showing off some of my builds that I am very proud of and I think are good enough to upload on the YouTube channel, 'cause that's always fun. And I'm also not trying to gatekeep how I tune or any of that sorts, because it's honestly kind of weird. But hope that you guys kind of learn something from this. This car is a little bit different than what I normally do, but it actually is super good. And I love how this... Ooh, the rock. Yeah, if there's any suggestions, definitely leave it down in the comments. Beat the wall. It's okay. A little too hot. Because I am definitely down to try and do some builds that people want me to make or want to see. Well, I suck right now. I'm really used to Apex Rush right now, so I'm just kind of rusty at this game. But that's okay. This thing is super sick still, and definitely one of those cars that I like to drive and get back into this game. And I'm finally getting it uploaded on YouTube. Woo! But yeah, I'm gonna head to one more spot, probably something that's a little bit quicker than this, just to show you that top end range. But this spot is a very, very nice medium for this car, and works pretty well around here. Let's head to one more spot, and then close the video there. Alright, so I'm deciding to go down the mountain, because actually I think this will be quite fun. So this thing's mainly like a fourth and third car, but sometimes you will need to use fifth. Just kind of the way the car's tuned. Words are hard sometimes. But try not to use fifth, eighth. This thing is super. Also, I would like to know if you guys actually do like watching these tune videos. I just want to know because I want to keep doing them, but I also want to make sure that there's something that you guys want to see. So Like the video if you guys want to see more of these, and also leave a comment, um, even if it's a suggestion for a car, if it's just saying, yeah, I like this, or, whatever it may be. I am absolutely fine with that. But it just allows me to know and kind of gauge what you guys want to see on the channel. Um, oh, wow. Woo. Yeah, this thing's definitely for more just trying to get tandems, have a fun time, but without having too many party tricks to it. But this thing can still hold a lot of angle, and it's just overall a very nice, gripped up car. So if you guys are interested in it, definitely try it because honestly, it is a fun build for sure. It's a little bit different, and I feel like it works really, really well. If you guys enjoyed today's video at all, please consider hitting the like button, hitting that subscribe button, and hitting that notification bell to know when I upload and to stay up to date. With that being said, see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.